Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Now, proceeding with the longevity, we would take up now the Naisargika Ayu method, the Naisargika Ayu longevity method, wherein the deep exaltation longitude gives years for life. So just as the other method where we did the Amsayu method, then the Pindayu method. The Amsayu was based upon navamsa. The Pindayu method is used when sun is quite powerful compared to the moon and lagna. Now we are moving over to the Naisargika Ayu method, in which moon has to be stronger compared to the lagna or the sun. So we have to, this is what the rishis have said, and based upon the deep exaltation longitude, years are contributed, and these year contributions are different numbers now compared to your Pindayu method. This Naisargika Ayu method has different numbers of contribution for the same exaltation longitudes. Similarly, for the debilitation longitudes, the years contributed are different. And our planets for a native would be not either exalted or debilitated. Sometimes it could be exalted, maybe not exactly exalted. It could be any longitude. So we have to interpolate between these exaltation longitude and debilitation longitude, and thereby get the number of years contributed by each of these planets. So that's the idea. So it's just same as the previous method for the Pindayu, except that the number of years contributed are different sets now, different set of numbers now. That's the only difference. We still go through the same dharanas, basically the deductions that we do. If the planet is combust, then we'll have to deduct. If the planet is a malefic, then we have to deduct. And if it is placed in an enemy's house, we have to deduct. And also in the placement of planets in the lagna, if it's a Krura planet, it's in the Udayasthan, then also we need to deduct. And based upon these deductions, finally, starting with the years that longevity contributed by each of these planets, we impose these deductions on them, and finally we get the Ayush of the person. So here we take up the chart of Swami Narasimha Bharati. So Narasimha Bharati was born on the 11th March 1858 at 9 p.m. In the local mean time was 21 hours. So that's given, this is taken from the notable horoscopes by Dr. B.V. Raman. And planetary positions, you can choose any of the ayanamsas here. This is a workbook to do that, so you can choose simple any of the ayanamsas. You get the position of the gragas for these given planets for given time of birth, and from the position of the degrees you know the latitude, the exaltation longitudes, and therefore this is automatically calculated by the system, and the number of years contributed by each of the planet is put in here. If we take the chart of Swami Narasimha Bharati, you see his Libra sign is rising, aspected by the benefic Jupiter, the natural benefic Jupiter directly from the 7th bhava. The Lagnadipati is exalted Venus in the 6th bhava. Moon is, though in the enemy sign, is placed in his own star. So this seems to be giving good longevity. But why do we take up this? Let us check the strength of the planets. See, sun is weaker than moon. So moon as an edge over sun. In terms of rupas also, you can take Shadbala breakup and see the rupas. Sun is only 5.7, whereas moon has gained 8.9 at its time of birth. We can also work out to the bhava balas, and if you, then this is not the bhava balas. We get to the bhava balas. If you see, only 8 rupas the lagna scored. So compared to the sun and the lagna, moon has scored a lot more. So moon has scored 8.9 in rupas. So that way we would think this method of Naisargika Ayu, where moon is stronger than the sun and the lagna, should be applicable for this chart. Just let us check if it is so and go back here. So the only items that the person can, the user has to input is maybe, I had put in formulas here, but for the bhavas, if it is going to be in the invisible sphere, then deductions are going to be less. In fact, no deduction when it is less than 7 bhavas. Basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bhavas, above 7, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12 will get deductions. So if it is going to be the visible hemisphere, there will be deductions, and one can enter directly the bhava positions. One can maybe use Jagannatha Vara for that, because there are multiple definitions of a bhava. One can use the Sripadi Paddhatis. There are multiple definitions. So I have taken away the formula there. I just note directly from the Bhava Chalita. You can see Saturn seems to be in the 10th Bhava retrograde for the person, for the native. Jupiter is in the 7th Bhava. Venus is in the 6th Bhava. So Bhava position by Surya has gone to the next Bhava. So this way one can enter these bhavas directly from Jagannath or any of the softwares that you might use. Then basically the rows where the items are light in color have to be used. None of the planets are combust for him. I mean, Venus is combust, but luckily Venus has no role to play if it is even combust. It is not going to give Ashtagarana. That's the class given for the Naisargika method. This I referred to the Naisargika Ayu method, page 44, in the longevity, a Vedic approach by Rajkumar, Lieutenant Colonel. But then, yeah, this is the standard method by paying BPHS also. One can refer to any of these. If it's going to be in the enemy's house, I have to choose if the planet is in enemy's house. Yes, Surya is in enemy's house. If you see, Surya is sitting in Aquarius, so it gets some deductions. Moon is also sitting in the enemy's house. Mars, it doesn't matter, so I have made it, you don't have to answer this. Mercury is in fact sitting in Saturn's house. You can choose it to be a friend's house. Natural, this is. So Jupiter is sitting in friend's house, so you can choose a no there. Venus is sitting in enemy's house, chosen. Saturn, depending on the inams, it can go to even Cancer. So depending on what inams are used, you choose whether it's sitting in enemy's house or friend's house. For me, I use the KP straight line, so Saturn seems to be sitting in a friend's house here. So I choose a yes there. So these are little subjective, because the choices that you make would depend, that would determine the answers to this. If the Graha a malefic, none of the planets are in lagna, so Krura Udaya Harana doesn't arise. So if you click on the Naisargika Ayu, he gets 76 years based upon the choices that I have made. But in fact, I think he lived only for 54 years of age, I think. The maximum contribution comes from Saturn for him. Maybe Saturn in the 10th bhava or 9th choice of the what you have to make here, maybe would have reduced the, and even Venus for him is combust, but that combustion doesn't give a harana, but still it is combust. So maybe that, or maybe these, I mean, these are Swamiji's, I mean, whether it is right for us to learn our longevity based upon their charts is itself questionable. So they have their own, yeah, the ways to take away the lifespan by themselves. So it's a different thing for the Swamijis. But still, I felt since this chart is showing good moon bala, that would be a case to study. And I find this is over predicting, in fact. But as I told, just wanted to submit it to your usage. So I will paste this link to the users. They can, in fact, use this and check if this method works for other people. All the very best. Thank you.